Treatise on Law by St. Thomas Aquinas. Introduction. Aquinas' Philosophy of Law. In the Treatise on Law, Aquinas offers a philosophical analysis of the structure of law. The deepest significance of this analysis lies in its struggle with the problem of moral obligation in the political order, a problem which Aquinas approaches with an observation of fact and an interpretation of that fact. The observation of fact is that men in society live under law. The interpretation of the fact is that law achieves its results by imposing moral obligation rather than outright force on those subject to it. Out of such an interpretation the problem arises, what is the source of this obligation? Aquinas does not ask why men live under law, nor is he formally concerned with proving that law imposes moral obligation. His concern focuses almost exclusively on one problem, that of the roots of obligation. The problem is basic because it asks, in effect, by what warrant the human legislator binds the consciences of men. Is not this a power that belongs to God alone? If men possess it, what are the limits within which they may exercise it? The answer Aquinas gives to these questions is a simple one. Laws framed by men are either just or unjust. If they be just, they have the power of binding in conscience from the eternal law whence they are derived. The thought leading to this conclusion, though complex in its full expression, advances through three simple and basic propositions. Obligation is a property that inheres in the nature of things. 2. Since man has no control over the nature of things, he has no power to determine the basic outlines of obligation. And 3. Since the nature of finite things is not self-explanatory, the ultimate source of obligation must be found in the infinite being who does determine the nature of things. Thus, the source of obligation is in the divine conception of the order proper to the universe. As Aquinas concludes, the plan of government is derived by secondary governors from the governor-in-chief. Since, then, the eternal law is the plan of government in the chief governor, all the plans of government in the inferior governors must be derived from the eternal law. Even this brief outline of his answer distinguishes Aquinas from those whose theories are based on the Hobbesian hypothesis that human will, whether individual or corporate, can originate law. The great truth stressed in that law, insofar as it is morally obligating, must be rooted in God.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?